Welcome back to Girls Sing the Podcast. Today's hosts are Kaylee and Michaela to talk about their experience being roomies. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Instagram. However you found us today, we're excited you're here. Let's get into today's episode.
I'm excited. Yeah, Kaylee Judge and I were college roommates our senior year of college and did not know each other in the slightest. And so we're just going to yap about our era because it was a really fun time. It was really, really fun, and I miss it a lot. And so, yeah, let's just get started. Let's hop right in. I think my first question is, do you think we were good roommates?
I actually think we were great roommates. In terms of you and I, and then the three of us. So we had a third. We lived in like a
The other
townhouse.
roommate, we always, as we refer
The
to
other
her.
roommate. Um, we lived in a townhouse in a little cutie little neighborhood near our college campus, and it was awesome. It was. I think there were a few things that we needed to work out at the beginning, but overall, I had a wonderful time. I like cried leaving. It was so sad. Beyond just, college is over. I was like, no one's ever going to be as great a roommate as they were.
Oh, sad.
It's just a fact of life. But
It's a fact of life.
anyways, do you think we were good roommates? Don't lie.
I think we were. It's actually so interesting because when I met you, it was to fill a void, not fill like fill a, like fill an actual space, like not fill an
It was a
eternal void.
miracle.
And yeah, I literally was just like, I need someone to fill this house because I really wanted. I had lived in the house the year prior. Both of those roommates had gotten married and moved out, which was crazy.
Hmm.
And so I just needed two people for me to be able to stay in that house, and was just doing all that I could to try and find people. And then literally in walks, well, not even in walks. Kaylee and I were both fitness instructors at our college, and we were just having a little conversation. And she mentioned that she was looking for a room, like looking to move off campus the next year. And I was like, ding. And so it just ran. It was very random. I was in my mindset where I was like, I could care less if I like these girls or not. This is going to be strictly for you. Fill this room in my home. I go through my senior year, graduate, like done deal. Never did I ever think we would be doing this. And so it's just really funny now because I'm like really grateful, genuinely. But yeah, I do think we were good roommates. I think our dynamic was unmatched. I do not think that there was could have been a better time. Like if it were anything different, it would never have been as good. And so it was just like the combining space of like our senior year and the space that our other roommate was in, where we were just all like, we were just meant to be living together that year. It worked out so well.
Yeah, it was awesome. And I will say, we had all had like a meeting before the summer, I think it was, because your other roommate was there,
Oh
like
my
your
gosh,
old one.
yes, she
And
was.
I
Yes.
don't even remember meeting our other roommate. I know we had that meeting where we were all seeing if we liked each other. I don't remember that at all. I barely remember like the whole first month of living together.
Oh my.
I
That
think it's just
meeting,
my brain.
yeah, that's fair. That meeting was awkward. It was very awkward. Like I mean, y'all were nice. It was nice, but like everyone was cordial, and it was just like. And I also, this is a side note. I was going through like a personal crisis, and so I was actually about to buy a dog. Like had put a down payment down
Oh,
on
I
a dog.
remember that.
And so that was the one thing. And I remember you were like, "Oh, I don't know how I feel about a dog." And I was like, "Well, it's happening because I'm getting a dog." But um,
Yeah, because I was raised, we didn't have a dog growing up when I was really young, and then we had one, and my dad trained it, and it was a pretty obedient dog,
I
like
bet it
never
was.
barked, didn't get on furniture, didn't jump, and I'm like, if you have a dog, it needs to be the most disciplined animal that I've
Oh
ever had.
my.
I'll be honest, I'm still kind of that way. But she didn't end up with a dog, which is good
No.
because our schedules were all over the place. So
Yeah.
I was studying financial planning. I was also like a peer financial coach at the time and doing fitness instructing. Halfway through living together, I quit fitness instructing and started working part time as a like intern basically for this company in Nebraska,
I forgot about
remotely.
that.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah. And then Michaela, of course, is a nursing student. And so sometimes she'd be like night shift in the ER
Yeah.
situation for her clinical rotations and all this stuff. And then our other roommate was in grad school actually, and but also was a substitute teacher for the elementary schools in the area and
And a
worked
TA.
at campus, yeah, as
Yeah.
a teacher's assistant for some of the classes. And she was really involved with her church too, so she served like throughout the week, not just on Sundays. So we were, it was, that dog would have been, I
Oh
think,
my gosh.
confused and unwell. I'm not sure.
Neglected.
Someone would have had to take in the dog during the day with them to school or something because
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and for context, I was, like I said, I was unwell and like started going to therapy, came to my senses, and I still don't have a dog because I still currently don't live a life that's conducive to an animal. I would
right,
love to one day, but I'm just like run around like
right,
crazy.
it
And
wouldn't
yeah,
work.
no,
Yeah. Yeah.
it would not.
I think it does make the dynamic fun though when everyone is doing something totally different with their day.
Mhm.
And although we would have very different days, most evenings we would all be at the house eating dinner, maybe at different times, but at some point during the day we would all be together usually, like on the living room couch, talking about our days. So it's kind of fun for that way. But then also, like we all very much had our own lives going
Mhm.
on. We all had our own friend groups. We all had our own little job career things going on and our own schedules. But over time living together, we started hanging out more and more, doing stuff together. We would go, there's this town in Virginia called Charlottesville, which is a couple hours from our where we went to college, and we would like spend a Saturday going there literally to go to Trader Joe's.
Okay, we do more than
So
that. We would do more. Like,
true. We would
yeah,
also go to Whole Foods.
right. But do you remember the first time we ever went? Like, because that was when I was like, oh, I think I kind of like them. Like, that was the first time that I was, oh, like, they're kind of fun. Was when we went that first time and we just like vibed and we went to this restaurant, like, ate
Hmm.
lunch, walked around, and then went to Trader Joe's. And then our third roommate, she was like sick. And we had gone to Trader Joe's and bought these. Sorry. This is so funny. In my brain, it might not be that funny. It might be one of those things where people are like, what? But, anyways,
Yeah.
she bought these like ginger mints from Trader Joe's. And she's like, sorry. She's eating these ginger mints and it's like they're so spicy in the back of the car. And she's like, because she became sick. And
She had an apron on.
you had
For
an
some reason,
apron.
I don't know where we got the apron.
She bought it from
Put the apron on in the
Anthropologie.
back seat, is eating these ginger mints. She's like getting a fever. It's not good. And then in this moment, Michaela's like, I could be their friends.
Yeah, that was kind of what I was like, oh, because here's my thing. And I started realizing like this is kind of a standard for me. Not a standard, that sounds so elite. I need friends that have, I'm not saying all the time because that's different. I need people that have a crackhead side, like that have
Oh
crackhead
yeah.
energy vibes. And so that was the first time that I was like, oh, they're built different. When I first met Lee, like genuinely, she was most like, and like she still is, but she was so structured and like rigid, like was going to bed at like actually like 7:30, 8 p.m.
Yeah. The sun
And
would be up.
yeah,
It
and
was very frustrating because I didn't have curtains.
like I was just like, okay, so this is how that's gonna go. Like she would come in and she would eat the same dinner every night. And she'd come in and then I'd be like, "Hi, how was your day?" And she'd tell me, and she'd be like, "I worked out for 8 hours and I taught 18 classes, workout classes." And then she'd go upstairs and go to bed at 7:30. And I was like, "This is not gonna work. Like too put together. Like I can't be friends with people that are so put together that they don't have a crackhead energy side." And then it
Yeah,
like
I basically
slowly
have
unraveled.
I don't know if anyone has watched SpongeBob, but I promise this is relevant.
Okay.
But if you've ever seen that episode where he's normal and like he's not a sponge, he's this smooth circle. He's like, "Hi, how are ya?" That was basically me. I had the most beige I was still fun if you knew me during the hours where I was awake and not, focused on something else. But yes, I had become very regimented that summer before senior year because it was my first time working full time. I was interning at a financial company. And so I just got into this rhythm because of my work schedule and held on to it for the start of college. And then that slowly weaned off as we had more time to eat cookies in the evening. I would stay up much later.
Amen. Amen. Yeah, that was fun. It's like slowly watching Lee like start to fall in love with like or not even fall up, like watch her like just do the things that she loved like in front of us like freely. Or, like
Yeah.
case in point, this girl loves her some ice cream and loves sprinkles. And so
Oh my
we'd be like
gosh.
sitting at our rickety like wooden like old table that was needed to go in the
Oh,
trash.
so awful.
It was so awful. And anyways, it like collected crumbs in it and everything. It
So
was disgusting.
gross.
And she would be sitting at this table and she would be eating her ice cream, but all I could hear was her no like ice cream is a soundless food. But she had so many sprinkles. It would be like every time. And I was like, Kaylee, are you only eating sprinkles? And she's like, yeah. And we just yeah, it was just fun. Like it was all so good. And I think I don't know. It was just one of the biggest joys of that year. Like I don't know how that year would have looked so different. As we got closer, we started melding together other aspects of our lives. So like Kaylee worked for her financial planning thing organization, and then she was the only girl out of like 25 boys or something, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah, it was a
so,
lot.
yeah, that was crazy. But then she like had some boys that she started like becoming chummy with, and so then the boys started coming over, and we started doing stupid, crazy things with the boys, and
Yep.
it was wild. They would like
Yeah.
hide in our house, crazy.
Yeah, one time they stole one of our house keys one time and we had a punch pad with a number on it and only the three of us knew the number and we all agreed don't give the number out. And but one of them had stolen the front door key, like the normal key, and copied it. And so they all had a copy of our house key and we didn't know it. And they were all over at our house. We had probably baked cookies or something one night, and we were talking about how we're going to go to brunch the next morning and then go home and do our Christmas gift exchange, whatever. And they're all sitting there. And then we go to brunch, we come home, and we walk in, and there's like balloons everywhere, stuff hanging from the ceiling. We had an elf on the shelf, and it was hanging from one of the light fixtures. We were like, what is going on?
And
And
no, don't forget the deer video.
oh yeah, there was a deer video on the TV going, and all of our Christmas gifts were hidden. Like we had set them all out, and they were all gone. I was like, this is the weirdest intruder, and we quickly were like, it was for sure these boys, but that was chaotic. That was totally
Do you
chaotic.
remember there was three balloons like right as you walked in, and they all like had our faces on them, like not our like they like had like scribbled our faces on them with Sharpie.
In Sharpie, yeah.
Yeah,
They weren't very pretty, but
that was so bad. Oh my gosh. Well, and I think it was so boys. We had started having some parties and
yeah.
like just having an absolute blast with parties because our first party was Halloween, right?
Yes.
And yeah, and that was just like Kaylee's dad makes the best pulled pork, or I don't even know like how he does it. Shout out to Mr.
It
Judge.
I he'll put it on. It is in the smoker, I think for maybe 18 hours or something, and then he lets it cool so that way the juices marinate. My mom hates that because she's like, I want to eat it while it's hot. He's like, the juices have to settle or whatever. And then he pulls it all apart. Yeah, he'll make like two pig butts.
Well, and yeah, so
They're huge.
they're huge. He made that for Halloween, like our Halloween party, which is so random now. Like, oh, like had like Kaylee's dad's pork for our Halloween party.
Giant amounts of pulled pork.
Giant amounts of pork. And then we had leftovers and we made pork nachos, which was so
Yeah.
good. And then last year Mr. Judge was kind enough. We all saw each other in July. We all met up in Virginia, and he made our third roommate and I pork, which was the sweetest
To
thing.
take home.
And I actually I was gonna text you this, like literally last week. I finished my last, like he like bundled them perfectly,
Oh.
like it's like little like packages, and there's like three servings
Yeah.
in a package. Anyways, this man's a saint.
Yep.
But
Yeah. If you know my dad, this is par for the course, so no, this is
like
shocking.
so kind. And so I just finished my last one, and I was like, the end of an era, the end of
Aw.
the pork.
Hey, but I'll be seeing you next month. So
That's
if
true.
you'd like, I can arrange for more pork to be available.
And you know what? I might take you up on that.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
good.
Yeah, so we hosted a couple parties. So we did Halloween. I don't know how many people were at that
It
one.
was a
It was pretty
lot
busy. It
because
was
we
a
had
lot of
people
people.
outside too, and we didn't have like our house wasn't huge.
Yeah, yeah. And we had like a bonfire going. We had cup pong out in the side yard. It was, yeah, I think music was on, whatever.
Definitely
And then
music
we
was
did
on.
Galentine's.
My personal favorite.
That was awesome. We had kind of curated the guest list of people that we thought would jive well together. It was very intentional.
Oh yes.
I felt like we were full on party planners at that point, and all the snack colors were coordinated, so everything was like pink. We had pink cups, we had like punch, we had a flower bouquet bar so you could
Hmm.
go pick your flowers. We had karaoke time. Michaela gave a speech
Oh,
about
okay.
dating.
Okay, no, that sounds crazy. This is literally what happened. We had this karaoke mic because our third roommate had a carpool karaoke mic, and we used it for everything. Like
Everything.
we would be like someone would be upstairs and it'd be like, "Michaela, come down." Like we used
We
it
would
every.
often, yeah, we often didn't use it in the car. We used
Yeah.
it in the house. We'd plug it into the speaker and start speaking into it.
Crazy. But I don't remember why I like had possession of, oh, I guess because we were doing karaoke or whatever. And so I had possession of the mic, and I don't know what happened. I don't remember. All I remember is that like for 15 minutes, I'm talking about dating and men, and these girls are raising hands, like asking legitimate questions about legitimate scenarios and all these things, and I'm like answering these questions, and I was like, how did I get here? And why am I here? And but anyways, it was so fun, and it's funny like looking back at that. And we ended the night. Do you remember how we ended the night?
Yep, in a circle, screaming.
Screaming. Love
What
Story,
what were
right?
we singing?
I think Love Story.
Love
We're
Story,
like
Taylor Swift. That's
jumping
right.
around in a circle around our living room, screaming Love Story with
But
like
like we
16
had
girls.
glasses. Someone's glass broke and
Yeah.
got into the carpet.
Yep. I
I
forgot
do
about that.
remember that
Yeah.
because then I was like, oh my gosh, someone's gonna cut their foot.
Man.
It was a blast though. If you've
It was
never
fun.
hosted a Galentine's,
Oh,
and not like a cute little tea party Galentine's, host a party Galentine's, you've
slumber
got to do it.
party.
That's
Yeah.
a bucket list item right there.
It'll change you. Yeah. I host a Galentine's every year still. None compared to that one though, I will say, because that one was just unmatched, top tier.
Yeah,
But so
that one was
good.
impeccable. And then we also hosted Easter, which my parents came to.
I wasn't at
They,
Easter though. Do you remember? I was at
oh,
the later part, but I wasn't at the actual Easter.
you weren't at that. That's right. Yeah, so for Easter, I had made, I found this casserole recipe for breakfast casserole online, and we had maybe 70, 50
What?
people over. It was,
What? I had no idea it was that big.
there was not room for people. It was like we told people, hey, if you're not going home for the holiday, come over to our house and tell your friends. And they told their friends.
I don't remember. I'll have to verify that with our third roommate because
Okay, you can verify. All I
70
remember thinking,
people.
okay, maybe it was closer to 40, but
Okay.
for a small townhouse, it feels like 70 people are
No,
there.
it's not. It was not a huge house. Yeah.
It was crazy. And so I found this recipe online and I knew that we needed more. So I think I tripled it or quadrupled the recipe, but didn't just like make it 4 times in the pan. I got a giant pan, quadrupled the recipe. I used like 24 or more eggs. I might use like 30 eggs. It was anyways, it was taking forever to cook. So we started late, but my parents came. They baked a couple pies for us. which is funny because I had asked my mom to make a cheesecake, and then they showed up, and I was like, "Oh, thanks so much!" And they brought my brother, and I was like, "What are you guys doing today?" And they're like, "We came for Easter." I was like,
Oh,
"Oh."
you're staying.
I didn't know. I was like, it's not a problem, but it was funny, and it was just chaos, but it was so fun. And then that night we had an Easter egg hunt. So
Huge Easter egg
people
hunt.
were there, they left, they all went home, and then they came back, and we had a glow in the dark Easter egg hunt. And in the eggs, some of the eggs had like dollars in them, candy, and then some of the eggs had pictures of us in them when we're sick. One time, at the school of business, Michaela came by, and this guy there had
I'm so
these
sorry. I
hedgehogs.
forgot about this.
This guy there would like have hedgehogs in his pocket, and and he would let them roam around the school, and make it touch the hedgehog, and then had an allergic reaction, and her eyes were swollen up, she can't see out of her eyeballs, and a picture of her face zoomed in, like when she's having that reaction, was in some of the eggs. It
So
was just
good.
totally absurd.
Oh my gosh. I'm crying. I forgot about the hedgehogs. That's like really weird. That's so like not normal. But yes,
No.
that Easter egg hunt was beyond elite, like beyond. It was so good. And like we had this huge field like down like in our neighborhood, but like down, like you had to walk a good bit.
Like 3 streets away, maybe?
Yeah. So
Not
we're like
far.
walking everyone. It's pitch black, and these people are like, "Are y'all walking us to our death?" Like, because we're like just like marching down this like, and then we go down
And
this
we
to
have
this
a
field.
Bluetooth speaker.
Yes, literally crazy. And then we were like, "Okay, get the eggs," and not all of the eggs were collected. We know that now. We like we do know that, but it was so fun, and yeah, we hit them good. We were running through this like tall grass.
Yeah, someone for sure got a tick during that, but it's okay.
So good. What a fun
Oh my
time.
gosh.
I think what's fun too about our relationship that I personally cherish is that, like I said, I was like, I'll live with these girls, it'll be fine, and we'll move on. And I just love the fact that obviously we do a freaking podcast, so clearly I didn't move on.
It worked
And
out a little
then
better than
and then our third roommate is getting married next month, and we get to celebrate for that. And then Kaylee's getting married in September, and I'm so excited to celebrate that. And so it's just so fun that life has just gotten to progress and continue, and that this friendship is it's gonna last. It's gonna keep
that.
going, you know. And yeah, just the aspect too of we've gotten to go on trips since we've gone on two trips, right? Um,
Yep. And then we've met up when we're in each other's towns.
yeah, because we all
Like one
live.
time our other roommate came here one time and we met up for a meal. She was here for like visiting her sister. And then we met up when I was over there in last summer. I was in town and we met up, and I think y'all have met up before.
Yeah, we have. And then when I was at home in Dallas, you were flying through Dallas, and I saw you. Like,
Mhm.
yeah. So it's
I
just,
extended my layover.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun,
Yeah.
man. And it's not. I think too, it's important. We are all a like important part of each other's lives, but it's not like I need to talk to you every moment of every day. Like I need to know every, you know. But the time that we do have is so cherished and it's so special, and we just eat it up. And yeah, we have all these stupid fun things that we do. Like Kaylee mentioned, we had an elf on the shelf when we lived together. And so then when we all parted ways, I had made a decision that I would buy, I don't know if y'all know about Snoop on the Stoop, but they made like an Elf on the Shelf version of Snoop Dogg. And so I bought it hoping that we would send Snoop to each other, kind of like Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, where they send the pants and then talk about a story of their lives and updates and what's going on, how the pants changed them. And so then they send it to the next person. I think we only like made it around once. And I think
Yeah, I never got it back.
you have
I
it.
have it right now,
Okay. Um,
but I don't know how I got it.
no, you
I
got
think
it
one
because
of you brought it to a
yeah,
trip,
yeah,
and then I kept it.
we brought it to Utah when we did the Utah
Yeah.
Arizona. Yes, I
Yeah.
actually will need him for the wedding. So
Yeah, I was
yeah,
just thinking about that.
yeah, send him my way, please.
Okay.
But we just like have stupid pictures with the Snoop and like it's just I don't know. It's just fun and life is just better with Kaylee Judge and our third roommate.
Aw.
And yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It
It's
is
fun to
fun.
reminisce.
Yes, it is a blast. And if nothing else from this episode, I'm sure you got a laugh.
I hope.
And I hope that you got some ideas of ways to have more fun. Because, we could all die tomorrow for all we know.
Wow. Yeah, we
And so
could.
you might as well laugh today.
Amen.
What's holding you back? Let out a giggle, okay?
Let out a
Life's not
giggle.
that serious.
Kaylee Judge and I used to run through Kroger because we had a Kroger like 20 seconds from our house. So we
Which for
would,
the West Coasters, real quick, Kroger is like fries. Okay, go ahead.
cool. We had this Kroger, and this happened more than once. Like that, when our third roommate would be gone, there was a few nights that we'd be just left to our own devices and would be
Which was
crazy.
never good.
And so we like went to Kroger and are running around Kroger with cookies, looking for cookies, and we're just being stupid, dancing in the aisles, running into people, knocking things off shelves accidentally. We're not vandals, but like just like
Right.
stupid. And like life is
Yeah,
just
we would
fun.
pick up the stuff we dropped.
Correct, correct.
We're not, yeah.
And then we took a bunch of cookies because I worked for a cookie and ice cream place, and so we took a bunch of cookies that I had left over, and took our karaoke mic and drove around our college campus. This is at the very end of us living together, and would make people sing or answer these questions with the mic and be like, what's the capital of Vermont? And like make people answer and then give them free cookies. It was it was so fun. And yeah, life is so fun and it doesn't stop just because you're an adult doesn't mean life is stops being fun. To me, life has been so much funner as an adult because I get to do things and yeah, have freedom. And so, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're missing your friends or you had that great group of girls in college or you lived in a different place and now you live somewhere else, either when you're passing through, extend your layover, plan for an extra night, plan a trip together. It's so fun. It's so worth it. Trust me, you're going to have fun. You're going to have fun and just laugh. Just laugh, reminisce, make new memories.
Make new memories. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Girls in the Podcast. I know that I did. And yeah, we'll see you next time, friends. Thanks for joining.
Bye.